Fishing alpine mountain streams is brutally difficult. So I think I'll title this video Lessons from Scenic Disappointment. Because to be honest, this is what this was. A couple of long afternoons crawling through Eden with nothing to show for it but soaked feet, sunburn and a lot of humility. I learned that catching my first trout up here was probably just beginner's luck. And I also learned that this mountain stream fishing that I was dreaming of, well, it's a bit like trying to ski a double black couloir while looking for perfect powder and also being a beginner. It's wild, it's messy, it's unforgiving. So I pretty much have to admit straight away that this water is way too strong for probably what I'm trying to do. The grub is just bouncing off of the surface, it's just flying past, so no chance of ambushing anything. But the minnow has a little bit more weight to its head. I cast it as well. It's also just bouncing off, flying off the surface, going incredibly fast. So I'm going to go a little bit more upstream, try to find the calmer waters where I was fishing last time when I caught my first trout. There's no casting here, it's just little flicks of the wrist so you can toss your bait into glassy pockets of water just behind a rock, hoping that something is home. But most of the time, nothing is. No rises, no nibbles, no chases, no shadows darting through the water. And you start to wonder, is this river even alive? Is there any fish here at all? Because quite often I wouldn't see a fish the whole time. Entire afternoons, no fish, nothing to be seen, no bait fish, nothing at all. The terrain along these mountain streams is often gorgeous, but also quite canyony and steep, often quite technical and sometimes plain sketchy, especially if you're out alone crawling over these boulders or trying to get up or down very steep banks. So getting into position to fish sometimes takes more effort than the fishing itself, which, isn't a surprise with this type of fishing. But every good pool you manage to reach, every little drift you sneak in, it always feels like it should pay off, and then it doesn't. Here's what I realized. These alpine torrents, especially the ones near glaciers, often hold very few fish. The water's too cold, the flow is quite often too fast, and there is very little insect life. Not only is there very little insect life, there's also not enough stable holding water. So even though these streams are scenic, they're mostly sterile. And without a stable food base, trout, they just don't bother living here, which makes sense. So yeah, I got skunked, but I don't feel like I've wasted my time. I mean, I did get that one trout and that was amazing. But we have to remember, especially me as a beginner, I have to remember that fishing isn't just about yanking trout out of the juice. It's about learning how to read the water, read the terrain, how to move better, how to stay patient, how to know when I need to keep pushing and maybe when I should change my plans. So I've been learning a lot about this and it's been an adventure. I have to remember, adventure isn't Disneyland. The definition of an adventure is an undertaking with an uncertain outcome. And this is what this has been. In a very scenic, very disappointing way. So, what's up next for me? I booked a guide in the Jura, which is like the lower mountain ranges closer to Switzerland, not the Alps like I'm here. So it has more spring-fed creeks, more food, and hopefully a few more willing trout. I've booked a fly fishing course, so I'm really looking forward to picking up some new tools, maybe, learning the right approach straight away, blank slate, and maybe, just maybe, I might get to feel that tug on the line again. And if nothing else, this trip has made one thing very clear to me. The fish might not always show up, but the learning always does.